What is going on, everybody? It is Tristan back outside today. I mean, again, it's too nice out to turn down making a video outside, but what we're getting into is I'm discussing my full how-to cop guide for the FUTURA Laboratories Nike SB Dunk Low. Basically, if you want to get a pair manually or want to at least increase your chances of getting one manually, this is the video to watch right here. I'm going to go through everything, all the places these are dropping, and basically when you need to enter by, how you can enter for it. I'll even link, a lot of the raffles in the pinned comment down below, so just check my pinned comment. You will see a lot of the raffles that are currently live right now, so just keep in mind, if you're here watching this video within the first couple days of me making it, you'll probably be eligible, to still enter most of these raffles down below. But let's get into it. If you guys want to, check out my Instagrams, any of that down below, as you guys can see in the screen recording right here, feel free. I'm always buying, selling, and trading down there, and you guys can subscribe and like for more content like this here on the channel, man. Let's try and hit, let's say, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Let's try to hit 210 likes on this video, 10 more than the usual goal, but if we can do it, that just lets me know that y'all want more how-to cops in the future. But that's it, and why don't we get into discussing how you guys can potentially grab this pair, since still pretty limited. I know there looks like, it looks like there's a decent amount of drop locations, but these dropped locations do not have a lot of stock, and that's one of the main things I want to mention. Also, the demand for this pair will take, will overcome that, right? So hence the current prices we have right now. If nobody wanted them, they'd be going for retail already. So let's kind of discuss it. So as you guys can see on Snkrs, these have not loaded at the moment, but as I discussed in yesterday's video, that information, or not yesterday's video, but video from like 2 days ago, that information is now leaked, and we are going to be seeing it drop on Snkrs on, as you guys can see, the 22nd of this month. So it's also going to be the same day that we may be seeing the all-black J Balvins, those that pair of Jordan 3s, maybe seeing those drop on the same day on Snkrs. That'd be a hectic release day, but that 22nd release for the J Balvins may get pushed back, because obviously I don't think they'll do both those on the same day. That would just, again, that'd be a mess for Snkrs themselves, but they would do that. They've done it before. They put two hype shoes on the same day. I'm not saying they won't do it. It's a possibility, but that is going to be one of your main locations to cop it. Set a reminder, May 22nd, probably at 10 a.m. We're going to be seeing a release for the FUTURA Laboratories SB Dunk Club, probably going to be via a draw. Now, if you want to check out some locations that are currently dropping the sneaker, like the raffles open right now, actually just go look up the FUTURA Laboratories website. This is going to be one of the raffles I'll also leave in the pinned comment down below. You guys can enter right now for their EQL raffle. Now, some advice with EQO. Obviously, they're pretty good with tracking, people entering multiple accounts. Obviously, there's some people that still know how to bot it. Like, this is getting botted right now. Like, there is options to bot EQO. There are bots that exist for it. However, if you want to, just enter, a couple ways manually, one of the ways I would do it is per device, only enter once. So on my computer, I'm entering once. On my phone, I'm entering once, and I'm using a different email for each EQO account. Also using a different payment method, different address if I can for each one. Also changing up the name. But if you can't, use a different address for each account, just jig it slightly, change it up a little bit. That's one of the main things I just want to recommend right there for EQO. You can enter a couple times manually, but don't try and push it too much. You know what I mean? You can just get your family members to enter for you too, and that's, a legit way to, have multiple enters. Just, get your friends and family in on it. Some of your friends and family that are not into sneakers. If everyone around you's into sneakers, then yeah, get making some emails, get, jigging your address. If you have any questions about that down below, I mean, you literally can just go to the address line 2 section, add like room 1, room 2, or, like apartment 1, whatever you want to add. Just make sure you have your actual address, in the first address line 1 section, like whatever your actual address that you normally mail stuff to is. So that's one of the main things I want to mention about EQL, but keep in mind, this raffle is open right now down below. It's going to be one of the ones in the pinned comment right there, so make sure you guys are entering that, because obviously on the FUTURA Laboratories website, they're the guys that Nike's collaborating with, so this is probably going to have, second most stock, I would assume, after Snkrs, and then third most stock is going to be, like Skateshops. Skateshops are getting a ton of pairs, you know what I mean? It looks like a lot of shops are dropping this one, but each shop is, getting a very, exclusive amount. Like, I don't think they're, getting their normal run, you know what I mean? But aside from that, another thing, if you guys don't know where your local skate shop's at, again, go on Instagram, just look up skate shop. They'll pop up ones that are, in your area around you, but you can also go to Google, just look up skate shops near me, or you can go to nikesb.com/shops. This is going to be one of the places that will let you know about Nike skate shops near you. So basically shops that will be eligible to get pairs of these, and, ones that probably will be. I believe some Nike stores, keep in mind, if you're in the EU or Canada, check your Nike store. I believe some have been getting pairs, mainly in Canada. Some people were looping a couple store locations. They're probably gone by now, but, there was some Nike stores that did drop these, and some people were able to get multiple pairs that way, because Nike stores really aren't checking for like one per person. Skate shops are more focused on that, but yeah, Nike stores in Canada, they were not checking that at all. So obviously they're going to let people grab multiple pairs, and some shops don't care too. It really just depends how well they know you, and also like how low key you keep it. If you post, if you're like, hey, thanks, and you at the skate shop and post post, you know, getting like 20 pairs from them, then yeah, they're not going to like that, you know what I mean? So don't do stuff like that, you know, if you ever get a connection like that. Just a key piece of advice right there. But aside from that, we can dive into the resale prices right now. I know some of you guys are interested about that. Well, after the resale prices, I'll kind of dive back into, you know, the sneakers release, some tips there, and then also, you know, a couple more drop locations since I'm not done running through that. But as you guys can see, the lightning bolt symbol's still there. People are going out the way to buy their pair right now. I honestly think right now is probably one of the better times to grab a pair before most people take L's. I just think we're going to see a lot of L's in sneakers drop day. A lot of people are going to miss out the local skate shop on the Futura Laboratories website drop, and I do think prices will rise after that. Now, my main piece of advice I'm going to give though is that if you want to go out the way, buy a pair right now, then wait a couple days, you know, after the Futura Laboratories drop, after the sneakers drop, and just kind of see where prices go. Because if stock ends up being decent on sneakers, then yeah, these will probably come down a little bit more. But if they end up only doing like 20,000, 10,000 pairs, and then the Futura Laboratories one, there's just a bunch of people taking L's, and maybe we see a big bottom post and they hit big, then yeah, prices are going to stay pretty high. They're pretty close to like where Born and Raised SBs are. I think that's a really good one to look for comparison, because Born and Raised SBs were one of the most hype in the last year, hype SBs last year. Same with Haritos. I think those are two really good ones you can compare this one to, because they have about the same level of hype, and it's just as cool. Very unique sneakers, all three of those, and especially this one. This is such a cool summer colorway, so I'm really looking forward to this release just for that. Like, I haven't seen a colorway quite like this in a little bit, at least, you know what I mean, especially on the, you know, SB Dunk Low line. So I'm excited for this one. My dogs are going crazy. They love barking, you know what I mean, but on nice days like this, everyone's out. Makes sense. But yeah, resale prediction, I could see these about $400, $500. I think that's what I was saying in my recent video. After people take L's, probably $450 to $550. I'll put a plus in the $550, because I think 11 plus could go up, you know, a pretty decent amount after the drops. You know, a lot of people are going to be going out the way paying resale once they take their L's. But that is just a prediction. Again, if stock ends up being healthy, these will probably go some of those sizes below 400. I don't think big sizes like 11, 12, 13, I don't think we'll see those go under 400. But again, if stock ends up being healthy, we could see a big correction on the market. It just depends. But people are paying up for these, so that's kind of the main thing that's kind of, you know, leaving the prices where they're at right now, because the stock looks good, but I don't think it's as good as people think. So aside from that, this is one of the main things I want to say about people thinking, you know, again, that there's a decent amount of stock for these, because as you guys can see, there's lots of local skate shops, online locations that have been posting raffles for these. I will also link this down below so you guys can check it out, see which ones are, you know, shipping, so which ones you can enter online. There's actually a couple, for example, Drift House, Extra Butter, what's another shipping one? Homegrown. So I'm gonna be going through these today, entering them, because, you know, they're all chances. Lick, NYC, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna be going through these today, because it looks like there's definitely more than a few opportunities. I've already entered a few online, but yeah, there's more than a few opportunities for this pair, and I think it's just gonna age really well, because I know this is one that a lot of people want, and, you know, SBs are hot right now, so it's just one that that's something I can't ignore, you know what I mean? But aside from that, again, don't forget the Futura Laboratories website drop. We may see another release on the Futura Labs website. That's just one of the main things I want to mention. They have an official raffle going on for it right now, but we may see a first come first serve drop as well. I believe with the Born and Raised, they did an EQL raffle, and then they also did, like, on their Shopify site, a drop, you know, like a queue and everything like that. So I think we may see something similar like this, where after the raffle, a couple days after, we may see also a first come first serve release on the site. I think that'd be really good, because a lot of people would hit manually that way. I think that's what they should do, because yeah, a lot of manual dubs would be good for, you know, a sneaker like this. And yeah, again, the Born and Raised team did it, so these guys can probably go out the way and do that too. But aside from that, heading into sneakers, again, they have not loaded up. That's the only reason I haven't shown you guys this right now, because that is set again for the 22nd, so they haven't gone out the way and loaded that one up. They're mainly focused on, you know, like the taxis they got coming up, also like the Space Jams. They don't want that to, you know, conflict with those drops as much. Also the Canary Yellows, which are dropping on the Travis site next week. I'll make sure I make a video on that. But yeah, just keep in mind, 22nd, 10 a.m. Best way to hit on sneakers is really just having more accounts, honestly, or having, you know, one account that you use consistently, that you target, you know, one size on consistently. Also, like, you're not constantly going for like 10, 11, 12, 13, like you're, you know, normally going for like maybe an 11, or normally going for like a size 9. I've found that to work pretty good, you know, with an account you commonly make purchases on. Just target one size. Nike likes that, because they'll tend to give you shoes and, you know, your size that you commonly buy. They can see your history, so that's one factor I think that definitely plays into it. But also having multiple accounts, again, just setting up some Chrome profiles, putting one account on each profile, making sure each account has a different payment method on it. You can use virtual credit cards like Privacy. I don't think Slash is around anymore, so I don't recommend them. They also had some security breaches, so I really don't recommend them for that. But Privacy is decent, and you know, Capital One, I think they allow you to make virtual cards, stuff like that. So that's another one. credit cards are also really good. So yeah, that's really anything I can mention about this release in particular. There's lots of opportunities to cop it, but it's not going to be easy regardless of that, because it's still probably the most hyped SB Dunk Low we have so far this year. So that's one of the main things I can mention. And probably the most hyped sneaker, maybe. I'm trying to remember if there's like, I mean, we have some other ones coming this year that'll probably take that title. You can even argue the J Balvin's might, but just based off their current prices, like some selling at $1,000, crazy. But yeah, that's it. Again, you guys can check out my Instagrams, any of that down below. I don't want to, mention too much, blow up y'all's feed. But if you want to check me out, buy, sell, trade with me, anything here, feel free to do that. Also make some early pair posts occasionally, so y'all can check that out as well. And yeah, this is the second video I've been recording today. Had one on the CPFMs out yesterday, so hopefully y'all check that out. If not, it's not the end of the world. I'm just glad you guys are here for this. And let me know if y'all are trying to cop this release. Is this a pair you need? Is it one you're passing up on? Overrated, underrated? I personally think it's fairly rated, honestly. Like, I think it deserves the hype, but I don't think it has like too much hype. Like, they're not still going for $1,000, you know what I mean? Like, they're about where I think they should be. So yeah, I'm gonna end that screen recording. It's as simple as that. I need to charge my computer. I don't know why the battery is so low. I guess when I run screen recordings on it, I guess it just really drains the battery. But that's it. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna keep the upload streak going. Not gonna end that. And I will see y'all then. Peace.
Sticks made a fucking hit.